Hi Capricorn and welcome to Honeybee U Tarot. My name is Melissa. This reading is for any Capricorns with any placements in Capricorn. It's timeless for those Capricorns who are going through changes and challenges. All changes, whether positive or less so, come with challenges. So this reading is developed to look at how to get support. And we're looking at the 4 pillars of support, which are your internal strength, external support, self-care, and spirituality. Okay, and that is spirituality as a practice. So let's see what is the underlying or overarching situation or challenge for you at the time of this recording. Okay, so for Capricorn, what are the challenges here for Capricorn? Okay, Queen of Cups. All right, so looks like you're in your feels, Capricorn, wanting to it's almost sort of like you're calling on, the opposite sign, and Capricorn is very, patriarchal. The father, or Cancer is the mother. So you may be, it almost looks like you're in a mode where you need some nurturing and or want to bring in something potentially for your home or your heart, something very loving and comforting is what I'm getting here. So why would this be a challenge for Queen of Cups? She can be really, what's the word I want to, swept away in her emotions and in emotionality, right? And she can become maybe even somewhat obsessed, I would say, in getting what she needs. This card, did I show you? This card, though, it just feels somewhat calm, somewhat melancholy. I don't feel swept away, but potentially, if this is an underlying challenge, you may be very much in the depths of your feels, and it could be around a mother or mothering or home or nurturing, maybe even nurturing your inner child. Okay, so let's take a look here. Inner strength for Capricorn. Let me draw from here. All right. 2 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and Knight of Pentacles. With the 10 of Swords. Whoa. Okay, at the bottom of the deck here, we see the 10 of Swords, all right? It's all these different hands poking needles into her updo, right? Into her hair. She doesn't look too happy, does she? Capricorn. You may have this underlying sense of being hurt or betrayed, or feeling hurt, betrayed, sort of like it's the final straw, right? This has happened to me way too many times. You may be, we have the Two of Swords here, followed by the Seven of Swords. Okay, if you can see that. It's a snake, right? That's covered up with roses, and then the Knight of Pentacles. You know, you may need to take some time out to really reflect on the people that you surround yourself with, the patterns and or relationships or people who ultimately prove to not be trustworthy. And you know, you may be needing to learn to trust yourself more and to trust your own inner knowing and your own intuition in order to discern you know, who is worthy of your trust, of your coming with you in this next leg of your journey, and in, you know, sort of what you want to build. You also may be contemplating with whom or what you want to build. But your inner strength, I think, is that, you know, you've been done wrong for the last time, and you realize sometimes I need to shut out the opinions of the rest of the world, and I need to go within in order to make choices that are right for me. And many times we only get to that position after having been betrayed or let down, stabbed in the back, hurt one too many times, right? So we can call them mistakes or we can call them lessons. And I think you can draw from your ability to go within in this very sort of Queen of Cups manner and decide for yourself what it is that you want to create and with whom on the next leg of your journey. Okay. External support. You know, and again, for me, the Seven of Swords is less about other people and more about us learning, leveling up, you know, telling the truth to ourselves, being honest with ourselves and with others, so that we're not duped or we don't ignore red flags. And certainly there can be someone in the midst that's deceptive. But what I find often when we're deceived is there's red flags, and many times we're not paying attention to them or we're ignoring them because we've learned and we have been taught to ignore our red flags and our own inner knowing. Okay. So, oh, you got another 7 here with the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. So, 7 of Pentacles. Okay. External support. This seems to say with the King of Swords, this is a feminine king energy. 8 of Swords underneath that. Yeah, it's like the King of Swords is very wise and approaches things in a very practical, judicious, fair, higher perspective, enlightened, perspective. And the wisdom that they have is gained from experience, right? So it's like using your wise mind in order to decide what is worth continuing to work on or toward, and what needs to be harvested, pruned, used as compost. She's sitting up on her tree of plenty there, right? Definitely in contemplation. And I think you're really going to have to draw from all of your experiences and your wise mind in order to decide what's your next move in terms of what you're building, what you want to build, what you want to harvest, what you want to ultimately create in your life. It's kind of a lot of like thoughtful, reflective, almost melancholy energy here. She's holding like half of an apple with the seeds showing, right? It's like we see the full cycle, the full circle, the seed, the fruit holding the seed, all at the same time. I think that's always really important to understand when we're making choices and decisions and manifesting and working towards something. It's all the consequences of what we sow, right, is our fruits. And the fruits of our labor can then become the next thing and next opportunity in what we are planting. So it just really seems like, so if this is in the external support, yeah, I just want to say you're not, most all of the signs for external support, I kind of expected there to be like a someone else, their friends, family, that kind of dynamic. But what's showing up is almost like this whole sense of there is a part of you that is being asked to show up. And it may be the part of you that is intuitive, the part of you that has gained wisdom, the part of you that has gained strength from and resiliency from past experiences. And so I think you can draw from that. What's underneath King of Swords? Oh yeah, 8 of Swords. So yeah, no more limiting beliefs. No more staying stuck in a cage. It's almost like you have to understand your choices as you have them and as you know more and as you've experienced more. You know, Maya Angelou, when you know better, you do better. So what comes next, right? Okay, self-care. Self-care. And of course, feel free to, you know, use this spread as a model to pull your own cards. And this is a general reading. It's not going to fit for everyone. Maybe not all pieces. Maybe some pieces will, some pieces won't. But let's see. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Again, don't hand your power over to anyone else. Even though I'm doing this, this is fun, meditative for me. I think it's important that we're all able to learn to trust our own intuition. So, okay, self-care. Another card of going within. Leaving the world that you have known in order to get a higher perspective, in order to ask yourself the deeper, you know, questions of life, of your life specifically, of life maybe in general, of making sense out of your life, of your world, of your journey. And deciding what wisdom ultimately you will use in order to shine a light for others along that same path. Okay, so self-care, hermit, going within, taking some time out. 3 of Cups. Okay, so we have supportive friends. Finding your tribe, people who are supportive of you. 10 of Swords, again. And 6 of Pentacles. Are your friends true? Do they support you in times of need, in challenging times, in times when you need some nurturing and support? Or are you always the one who's there offering to help others? It has, you know, when we're practicing self-care, there's this understanding that I give only as much as I have left over to give. So long as you're making deposits in my bank, in my love reservoir of my heart space, then I'll have money. I'll have enough to give to you when the time, right? It's back and forth. You know, can you receive love as much as you give love? Are you around people who nurture you as much as you nurture them? So make sure that you're really clear you're wanting to or feeling inspired to do something new or different, to create even something new or different in your life, make sure that the people that are around you, particularly your friends, are the right type of friends and support that you need. spirituality for Capricorn. Spirituality. Spirituality is a practice. You know, how do I practice what I believe? Yeah. So we have, yeah. Okay. Even, yeah. So High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, right? Keeper of the mysteries, of accessing through intuition, understanding that there are some things that we can't know, but this is the energy to pull for, like this constant seeking to connect with that higher realm. So it could be that you're beginning a new spiritual practice or a new understanding of life, of or maybe even wanting to explore new lands, new opportunities. But this is in the spirituality position. So for me, Wands is definitely connected into spirituality along with the King of Swords. Yeah, and the Two of Wands, right? I just feel like, okay, so you get the male and the female King of Swords. Where did she go? Oh, she was at the bottom of the deck earlier. Okay. Now, in this deck, the Tarot of Mystical Moments, there are male and female kings. In the book, she says you can pull out whichever you want. I leave them all in for my own reasons. You know, you happen to have gotten both the king and the queen in part of this spread. And like I said, Capricorn, you're the masculine, right? Capricorn is like more of the father. And then in the center here, you have the mother archetype in many ways. So Cancer, which is your opposite. So it's almost like the fact that the female king and the male king showed up. I feel like there's maybe some sort of a desire or willingness or opportunity to really start integrating both your feminine and your masculine sides, right? The giver, the receiver, the assertive, the more nurturing, receptive parts of you, as a spiritual practice of maybe understanding non-duality, maybe understanding wholeness, maybe understanding masculine and feminine energy, and or maybe your spiritual practice is going to be studying how do I apply that in my life to make sure that I'm behaving practically with utilizing my experiences and wisdom gained in a practical manner, and manner driven by my wise mind. I'm not reactive, because I want something more for myself. I want to expand my world and what I've known up until this point. Maybe even I want to expand what I know about myself up until this point. Yeah. And the Empress is under, what is happening? Okay. So look, you have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Underneath the High Priestess, we have the Empress. And then what? The Emperor, the masculine and the feminine. I think your reading is all about integrating these two energies within you. And yeah, you know, that can be, even though you've got like some melancholy energy around here, not necessarily like sadness, grief, loss, except for we had this Ten of Swords keep showing up, but just really needing a time to go within, maybe integrate past pain, maybe integrate some of your healing journey, and starting to make, you know, sort of sense out of it, and figuring out, well, what do I want to do with it? What do I want to do with my journey thus far? Okay, so let's get a final and I don't see anything that's like, you know, thinking about a lover or anything like that necessarily. I just kind of, once again, I feel like this is an internal thing here. Okay, final message from Wisdom of the Oracle for Capricorn. Yeah, what just came to me here too is, look at, she's sitting on this shell, this clam shell, right? And it just came to me like there's a pearl in there. There's a pearl of wisdom in there. Sure, only one flipped over. Okay. Go the distance. Go the distance, upright. Okay. 47. So we have 11. Or a 2. 47. Endurance, strength, the long haul. To bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. I'm going to read just a few words from each of the relationship and their prosperity message too. Relationship, you are either in or are calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time, right? For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. And for prosperity, your most precious dreams are not about instant gratification, but enduring prosperity. This is a time to think long-term and engage in continued action. You will experience momentum building as you translate the ebb and flow into slow and steady movement forward. Yeah, remember, you've got to be able to, okay, right here, when you're manifesting. 7 is an opportunity to level up in some way based on what you have learned all along in your path now. So what do you want? How do you want to use your wisdom gained along your journey so far to move forward in whatever it is that you want to manifest? If there's anybody in your world that you cannot trust or that continues to break your heart, stab you in the back, betray you, you're going to want to consider do they come with you in this next part of your journey? Okay, Capricorn, I hope that was helpful. Remember that you matter, your journey matters, your healing matters, and be well. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.